round 2. Actually, technically it's round 3. I tried twice this morning to do this, and the connection became unstable and it kicked me off. So Reverend David and I swapped, and now it is almost 7 o'clock and I'm attempting to do this. And so far so good. So let's hope. That, and this also affords me the opportunity to put a prayer request in your laps. I have a friend who is currently in the ER and with a potential heart attack. So please treat for him and his wife and family, and all of the people that love him, because yes, that's never, oh, he's far too young. All right. It looks like this thing is stable. I don't even have to reboot my phone.
Surprise!
Might need to do that, though. Hang on. My text messages might go crazy, and y'all don't need to hear that. So, it is April 17th. Our author is Evelyn Whitell. It's from a book from 1934 called Service and Smiles, and it is copyrighted to Unity. So she is one of our Unity writers. So the title is I Shall Succeed, and it looks like a poem, so this should be interesting. Though everything looks dark and drear, I shall succeed. Though failure's voice speaks in my ear, I shall succeed. I do not fear misfortune's blow. I tower with strength above each foe. I stand erect because I know I shall succeed. Though others' doubts are built round me, I shall succeed. Though fortune's ship I cannot see, I shall succeed. Through mist and rain I left my eyes. I see the sunlight in the skies, and seeing it my glad heart cries, I shall succeed. Night swoops on me with blackest wings, but I'll succeed. I see the stars that darkness brings, and I'll succeed. No force on earth can make me cower, because each moment and each hour I still affirm with strength and power, I shall succeed. Well, and I know it's going to be backwards for you, but you can see it where it says I shall succeed each time. It was all in caps. I didn't want to shout at you, but this is one of those poems that what I would do is I would consider posting it. Like if I'm working on something, especially like if other people, I liked how she used that line, others' doubts built around me. And that would be a poem that like I would read that to inspire me, because like I feel kind of inspired now having read it. If I was working on a project, and especially if other people were doubting me, that would be a poem that I might consider posting somewhere where I could read it to myself every day. The power of that is the affirmation, I shall succeed. It doesn't matter what the conditions are. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. It doesn't matter what other people think. I shall succeed. And as long as I keep repeating that to myself, I shall succeed, I will. Does it mean that the outcome will look like I expect it to? Maybe, maybe not. I may end up succeeding in a completely different way than I expected to. And that's just the beauty of trusting spirit. And so that's, I don't know. It's a beautiful little poem there. When everything looks dark and drear, when failure's voice speaks to me, though failure's voice speaks in my ear, I shall succeed. I do not fear misfortune's blow. I tower with strength above each foe. Yep. Though fortune ship I cannot see, I shall succeed. It's absolutely beautiful. Through mist and rain I left my eyes. I see the sunlight in the skies. I shall succeed. And that's one of those things. She has that line in here where it says, night swoops on me with blackest wings, but I'll succeed. And then she says, I see the stars that darkness brings. And that's just it. You know, if it wasn't for the darkness, we would never see the stars. And so that's one of those things that even in our darkest hour, in our darkest night, there's always a little bit of light. There's always a little bit of hope. And so we can fan that flame of hope into I'll succeed, as she absolutely does. So it's just a really nice turn of phrase, and it's a beautiful poem, and I'm going to take it and run with it. And as I'm working on things, I'll succeed. So it's a short one today because we got a poem and not digging into the philosophy, but would that we all speak so clearly to ourselves, I shall succeed. No matter what, no matter what. Though others' doubts built round me, though failure's voice speaks in my ear, you know, I shall succeed. And I think that that's occasionally what we need to do to ourselves. We need to shout our truth over other people's facts. You know? Wow. Okay. All right. Evelyn, I commend you, Evelyn Whitell. It's Whitell. So, and that poem was written in 1934, or published in 1934. So please look her up. I bet she has some other good stuff that we can use. I don't know if she'll turn up again in this, because I don't think it's 365 different women. It's 365 different writing. But it is a pretty thick book, though. So, you know, maybe. It's a big book. So, all right. The mission to, should we choose to accept it, is to succeed. I can do better than that. Because she has a couple of lines in here. I still affirm with strength and power that each moment and each hour, I still affirm with strength and power. That is the mission today. Each moment, each hour, affirm it. Affirm it. That's one of those things that you could try as a spiritual practice, especially if you're trying to change something, to work on something. Maybe set your watch to go off at like 5 minutes to the hour. Because mine has an activity monitor, it actually gives me a warning if I haven't moved in 10 minutes to the hour. It says, hey, you haven't moved, go get 250 steps. But set some kind of little timer that'll go off like 5 minutes to the hour, and say your affirmation for the next hour. It might be a spiritual practice that's worth, and do it during, set your hours. You don't have to do it for 24 hours, but set your hours. Do you want to do it for the 8 hours that you're at work? Do you want to do it for the, how long? My activity, I'm just thinking, because my activities are set for 11 hours. So I could set my timer, and then each time that goes off, although it doesn't go off very often because I move a lot, but I could set a timer to go off 5 minutes to the hour and say, hey, and then do an affirmation and see how that makes you feel, especially if you were actively working on something and making a change. So it might be an interesting spiritual practice. You have your mission, a suggestion of a little experiment that you could try. Now, do I suggest you do that all the time? No, I don't. I just suggest, if you are launching something, working on something, trying to change something, do this for a short period of time where every hour, 5 minutes to the hour, you speak your affirmation. And see how that works for you. And then go back to doing your affirmations at your regularly scheduled, you might do them 2 or 3 times a day. Not necessarily every hour on the hour, but if you're trying to launch something, that would be a good way to do it. I shall succeed every moment, every hour. Let's take her advice and do it. I shall succeed. So, all right. The other spiritual practice that I do recommend that you do every day is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Now, what I was just suggesting as a spiritual experiment, that would be definitely loving, kind, and compassionate, because you are, picking an affirmation and stating it multiple times a day. You're really ingraining you want that groove to be deep. That's what you're after. So, give it a try. Give it a try. See how that works out for you. But loving and kind and compassion also looks like taking a walk, taking a nap, taking a deep breath before you speak. It looks like when you encounter something and you're frustrated by it, putting it down and picking it up later. Like this morning, I couldn't do my live stream, and so I set it aside, and I contacted my partner, who is Reverend David, and he said, "No worries, I'll do mine in the morning, you do yours at night. No big thing." And he's done that a couple of times, and it's very helpful. So our content shows up when it should. Sometimes we switch. So loving, kind, and compassionate looks like all kinds of amazing things. It is absolutely about self-care. Love, kindness, and compassion is self-care. Self-care looks like a lot of things, taking a shower, taking a spa day, taking a vacation. But it also looks like enjoying a cup of tea, having a conversation with a good friend, all those things. And you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. And you are also your own best test subject. If you're going to practice, you might as well practice on yourself. And what I'm endeavoring to do is to help you to create a healthy habit of taking care of yourself, so that a first response, when something happens, you can respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to yourself and to others. Okay? There's a plan here. There is an absolute plan here. Because I want you to be happy. And that's the other part of this, doing loving, kind, compassionate things for yourself, is because one of the qualities of God is joy, is happiness. You deserve to be happy. And you deserve to make room for joy and happiness no matter what is going on. Your life is a special occasion. We may only come this way once. So make room for joy. That's one of the reasons why one of the loving, kind, and compassionate things I suggest is to eat dessert first. All right, beloveds. I'm going to commend you to Evelyn Whitell. I'm also going to go and check the amazing number of text messages that I've just gotten while I've been doing this, which is why I turned my ringer off. And then I'm going to also go and eat dinner because, yeah. So practice on yourself. I do encourage you, as always, do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when you're well hydrated. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light. Considering it's towards the end of the day, I'm going to be starting to dim those bright lights so that I can go to sleep. But what I'm talking about, it's called a circadian rhythm. It is a hormone balance. And what it does is it does help you to sleep better at night and have more energy during the day by helping to reset those hormones into their natural cycle. It's science. You can look it up. It's just another one of those little, self-care tips. That's what I'm after. That's what all of this is. Self-care. Absolutely. It's self-care. Because the next thing, which is my Ernest Holmes quote about opening the windows of your soul, allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. I mean, that's the ultimate in self-care. When you open up the windows of your soul and allow the good to flow through. It's not even about flowing in. It's about flowing through. The good comes through you into the material realm. And it's just amazing. We learn that heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once we learn to create it for ourselves, one, nobody can take it away from us. State of grace. And two, heaven ceases to be a place. and can become any place because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. So once we learn to create it, well, state of mind. And one of the best ways to get there is to take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. And she probably taught a whole lot of the women that are in this book. And she'll turn up in here too. I mean, you cannot have women of New Thought without definitely thinking of Emma Curtis Hopkins. She says, look for the good and praise it. And I like to look for the little goods because the little goods build up into an avalanche of big good. So take her advice. Look for the good and praise it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. Absolutely. Okay, beloveds. I guess here's where I do the social media part. I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I'm the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. We try and curate enlightening, uplifting, joyful, and funny, because I have a wicked sense of humor, stuff for you on those apps. So please, take advantage of them. I'm particularly proud of both of the YouTube channels. I have over 900 videos on my YouTube channel because I've got 3 books up on my YouTube channel. Okay, well, I'm 3 months shy of of the 3rd book, but 3 books. And then there'll be a 4th book. So, I'm very proud of that. I've just learned a new technique. So we're going to look at getting some of Jesse's older talks up on the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel and Marsha's and some others. So keep your ears open for the coming soon YouTube stuff. All right. I don't know what I was about to say, so I will just remind you, if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. And the hot links are hot. Click here now, take you right to either the information or the person that can help you get it. So please avail yourself of that. All right. I guess I'm at the part where I get to remind you, if you were watching this in the morning, because I know one of my YouTube subscribers does watch this in the morning, to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, as many tries as it takes is okay day, I shall succeed day, a poetry day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are godling, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right. I remind us occasionally, you may be the only sacred literature. You may be the only Bible somebody reads. Be aware of that. Are you showing them the God of your understanding? I try. So, all right, beloveds. Well, okay, so because it's evening, I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow, back to my regularly scheduled, provided my internet connection is fine in the morning. David should be back to his regular 5 p.m. Tomorrow, so things will go back to normal. And if they don't, they don't. It's okay. We'll still get them done. We will provide this content for you. It's part of our spiritual practice to do this for you and for ourselves. Trust me, I'm sure we get more out of it than you guys do. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.